Hey there, Adam Savage here, and welcome to Tested VR. You are inside my cave, my sanctum, where I make all the props and costumes and objects that I can't not make, like this one here. And in this series, you're going to get to experience a build from me in this space, but we will also be taking you inside the workshops and maker spaces of incredible makers and designers from all across the country. From costumers to creature makers, from puppet masters to chainsaw sculptures, you're going to get a unique view into their working process, their design aesthetic, and the spaces in which they work. So pick up a notebook, have a look around, and enjoy. I am super excited, and not just because I'm standing in the primary armor hall of Weta Workshop in Wellington, New Zealand with a armored centaur behind me. I am also excited because of what we are about to see. Master sculptor here, my friend Johnny Fraser Allen, who we've covered on Tested before in 2D with the incredible worlds and sculpts and fantasy things that he brings to life. Well, we're about to see a brand new project he's been working on in virtual reality. And it's so much cooler than just seeing it in 3D because we're gonna take you and play with the scale at which you see his creations. If that's not crystal clear, it doesn't matter. Wait till you see what we have to show you. Johnny is a sculptor here at Weta Workshop, and you have a personal obsession with miniatures and gaming. Do you want to talk about where it all began?
Well, sure. Look, as a teenager, I was a massive gamer, and my side hobby was film. But also as a teenager, I joined the film industry, and so film became my central kind of world, and gaming became the hobby. So it kind of flipped around on itself. But the first 2 years I started at Weta as a teenager, into my early 20s, I was on a team of people that worked on all 65 of the giant miniatures of Skull Island for King Kong. And where I learned how to put rock together and shape a landscape and everything. And I fell in love. I got the bug. You know? And that's why this is a bit more of a gruesome version.
That's where there's dead zombies all over it.
Yeah, which is that was a really fun last stage to throw in there.
And the roofs here are actually removable.
Right. So we were running games all day long, all week at Gen Con, where 4 people could play this game every 30 minutes. We ran through a lot of people, and it was really immersive, and they loved it. And
oh, look at that!
There was a big response to it, and the coolest thing was on day one, about 12 people that had backed the whole campaign, painted and everything, came up to me and like, oh, I was nervous as an artist that my work wasn't good enough. Once it became popular and was selling, but if it's half this good, we'll be stoked. So to a kingdom, and I was thinking in my mind when I sculpted him of the Indiana Jones. He chose poorly. Sort of dude.
What about this thing here? What is that for?
I like multiple.
I'm noticing a commonality.
It's full of adventurers. My little child hands, and my business partner came in with his big meat hands and said, well, I can't play in this. I go, okay, so I made the changes relevant to everyone's hand size. That's right. Now this guy goes here. That's right. So you get an entrance up into this guy's right up to the
It's creating a whole nother structure.
Into the overall story of Hagglethorn Hollow.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
And this is on the very top of the hill of Hagglethorn Hollow. So a lot of people have the hollow's been kept safe because this makes a silhouette of a dragon from the shoreline, and people don't go there because beware there be dragons. You know. Well, the only people that do go there are adventurers, which means Hagglethorn Hollow is full of adventurers. And if we get the Ocean's 11. Okay, so you've seen how easy it is to assemble a table with the modular system I created, but I thought I'd show you some of the work that goes into getting at that stage ready for your tabletop. This is a building that was basically unlocked through everyone's support through the Kickstarter of Hagglethorn Hollow. We were able to deliver a whole new building. And again, this is a complete modular interactive setup here, and just like everything else, we've made sure that it works with complete different world types. So you've got thatch and you've got tile. We've got a fisherman's kind of lodge here, and you can see that I've got 2 bits of plasticine on this because these are the prototypes, and I will get them all the way up to the stage, and even then, if I'm not happy with a bit, I will go in, and even if it's as small as adding this brick to make sure it seams properly, I'll go in, put that little brick on it, and we'll remold, cut, and repaint the whole thing until I'm happy with it. Let's talk about the sculpting process. I use plasticine, which you can see here. It's an Ilbis clay medium Chavant. Medium allows you to heat up, and I literally put blocks of plasticine. A full build like this is consistency, and that saves a lot of damage to my wrist and tools while I build up these mass forms. And then as it cools down, I'm able to work in the details to quite a high level with various tools that I've got. a full building like it's the same, almost bass guitar and
I think that indicates two things. One, you and I both spent a lot of time dressing miniature sets just like this, so we have a lot of experience doing that. But two, because I have a lot of experience doing it, I'm sort of shocked by how well everything you've built integrates with everything else you've built.
That's the idea. I don't want people to need years of film experience like ourselves to do it. As a gamer, enjoy taking on the quest and taking people on the quest. I like both, but I wanted to create a system that any gaming buddies know what I've got available for them to use, and go make a cup of coffee, play with the dog, and then 20 minutes later, right, we're ready for the next mission. And I come back in and I get to explore this and go on a journey.
I appreciate while you're
My game needs,
right,
you know, because I'm a gamer.
taking me on this little journey. It's magnificent.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a pleasure to share.
At Animax, our engineers and factories design and build cutting-edge animatronic and interactive transitions. The charm to say about a shop like Animax is seeing how they marry the old and the new. Ancient 40 years institutional. She would. Chuck, the intervening $35 million is the same.
You either take a large piece of foam, styrofoam, couch foam, whatever, and you start to whittle away and discover shape, or you take clay and you start to build it up. So it's one or the other. And those are sort of the two main crafts that have existed for thousands of years. And once you have your form, if you're working your way down to it or working your way up to it, then there's the traditional process of making a mold, which can be plaster, fortons, silicon, whatever. Those things will always be the main tools that we as sculptural creators use. But what's been so cool in watching the kind of digital revolution, I remember when digital first came on the scene with joystick, this was all going away. It just sort of and you can over the years, I think it was around 2010 or so, actually before that, about 2008, that we really started to embrace digital mathematical uses of CNC cutting existed, but not really for this is having to develop our own kind of solutions, a plug-in or form with traditional epoxy mold.
For you guys, because the things you make have to have such long lifespans, in such hard conditions, outdoors, among people, it's repetition. Every decision made in this building is both
mechanical camp over here and your figure finish camp over there, and mechanical does their engineering, they do their math, they get it all perfect, they wonderful. It's the marriage of the two. It has to be there. That's where so much failure comes from, is when you've got separate camps that are trying to work on separate schedules. So it's a constant measuring of, hey, I've put this mechanism together. Can you come test fit that piece on? We'll move it around. Great. Okay, that's going to go 20% more torque out of the motor. Got it. Then you kind of go back and you put this layer of skin on. And you go, well, I predicted it to be this. Where are we at? It's a constant back and forth.
CNC technology is still being done.
Completely analog solder, free structure, and I love it. And you clay all over it. The merit that you have, that very clearly defined process that comes together with our story, inspiring your team to go for it, jump in with their suggestions, not be shy about it. That's what makes it better. I always like to embrace that.
I perform in Watch more of my adventures at Animax, including how I learned to walk and perform my completed raptor costume in this season of Test VR.